This is the Padres POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the
San Diego Padres.
Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, Padre fan? Welcome to your postcast. It's Padres Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I am Jim Greasehaber. Call me Grease. What a win. What a win. What a win. And I always love it. I mean, think about this. You're on the bench for most of the game, and you're just sitting there watching, right? Oh, your team's not hitting. Nothing really happening offensively. Just kind of taking the day off. You're a utility guy. You're a backup. You don't play every day. Oh, but when your game is called and when your time comes, you got to be ready, right? And that's exactly what our guy Jose Iglesias did today. How about Jose entering the game in the seventh inning, bottom of the seventh, as a pinch hitter? You heard me right. Drives in all three of the Padres' runs in a 3-2 win over the Kansas City Royals. That gives them 2 out of 3. Hey, Meatloaf said it ain't bad in the series, but also keeps them moving along in that NL West until the reinforcements can come in. Addition by addition, with a guy like Hoying coming back off the injured list. Big up when you get Jackson Merrill back and a change in the lineup, too, from Mike Schilt. Luis Arraez is now your cleanup hitter, or was today, with Jackson Merrill at 2 and Manny Machado, who had the second most RBIs in the month of June in Major League Baseball in the 3-hole. So you go Merrill, Machado instead of Arraez, Machado, and you just flip those two. So Arraez in the 4 spot later would factor in the game-winning rally. But not only does Jose Iglesias come off the bench in the bottom of the 7th inning, deliver a 2-run single to tie the game, and, an RBI infield single to win the game in the bottom of the 9th. And how about Jose Iglesias with the bases loaded this season? 5 for 6 with a walk and 8 RBIs with the bases loaded this season. So today was the Jose Iglesias game. Not only does he drive in 3, 2-run single in the 7th, RBI single, infield single in the 9th to score Luis Arraez with a beautiful head-first slide to score the winning run. But Iglesias also part of a huge defensive play earlier in that inning. It was a relay throw from center fielder Jackson Merrill to the plate and nails the runner there. Just an unbelievable job by Iglesias on the relay throw, drives in 3 runs. All this after entering the game in the bottom of the 7th inning. 3-2, the Padres win. Oh, this is going to be a fun postcast today. Don't forget, we have the podcast day in and day out with our man Xander Boagaerts. Sorry if that level's a little hot there. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Come on out. All right, there we go. So we have the podcast just about every day with our guy Xander Boagaerts, and he's been doing this since before COVID. You know what I'm saying? So doing some great things with the channel there, and we're a team. On YouTube, we're a team. Wherever you download your audio version of your podcast, it'd be Stitcher, Podbean, Apple, iHeart, Spotify, and then, of course, on Roku. You download OTT. Yeah, you know me. I'm Grease at your Padres Postcast. Not sure why the mic is looking so hot today. Oh, I'm not on this Sunday. Hope you're having a great day, though. Enjoying the win. And we are still getting too hot of a... There we go. Let me see if I back that thing off a little bit. Is that okay? You guys aren't getting any vibrations or feedback or anything, are you? Maybe it's the wind. The electricity from Petco is coming out of my mic after all that. So let's see. Move that away a little bit. Same settings as yesterday. That should be good. All right, we're not peaking anymore. The Padres might be, though, and they are looking good right now. Okay, want to thank you for making us your first watch or listen every day. Myself, Xander Boagaerts, the postcast, the podcast. We're free on YouTube, free on Roku, free wherever you download or listen to your podcast, right? Live after the game, though, on YouTube. If you want to see this face, I might have to.
this is what you'll be talking about.
Let's see. There we go. All right. How we doing with this? We got it. We got the audio popping. And there we go. All right. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. The 3-2 win for the Padres. And we will just hit this commercial spot. And we'll be right back with more on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. All right, and here we are. If you're looking for a snack that's both delicious and nutritious, crack into a good source of protein with wonderful pistachios, and you know you want to do this. You know how much you love them, right? They're a great source of protein. One of the highest protein nuts. Are delicious. Each 1 ounce serving, guess how much? 6 grams of protein. That's over 10% of your daily value. Plus, they're packed with fiber and better for you unsaturated fats to help keep you feeling fuller longer. You know, personally, I love the no shells variety. They're so convenient, but who doesn't love the of the shell as well? Just let me do that right here. So it happens you get a little salty from those pistachios, but perfect grab-and-go snack for busy days is the no-shell variety. Whether I'm snacking at my desk, road trip, or just need a quick protein, they're always my go-to. And if you love cracking open a shell, hey, do that too. That's extra satisfying. I love the complete protein element of it. 9 essential, all of them. Amino acids, all of your essential amino acids. They pack an incredible protein punch. Whether you're running between meetings or dropping the kids, wonderful pistachios are the snack that works as hard as you do. So get snacking and get cracking with the snack that packs a protein punch. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more about Wonderful Pistachios and the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Also want to give you a chance to learn about, man, oh man, another incredible opportunity from another one of our great sponsors here on the network. Summer sports are in full swing. And you know this, right? Summer sports in full swing. And whether you're about baseball, under the lights, golf on the green, or high-stakes soccer action, FanDuel is the best way to make every game even more exciting. You're already following the action. Why not make it a little more thrilling? With FanDuel, you can get in on the game while your friends are getting sunburned at the beach. I've been using FanDuel to track my favorite matchups, and the app keeps it fresh with new daily promotions and fun ways to bet. It's easy to use, fast to pay out, quick with the ching right there. You got to love that. It makes even regular season games feel like must-watch events. So whether I'm placing a same-game parlay or watching a bet ride in the 9th inning, FanDuel makes it feel like I'm part of the action. If you're new to FanDuel, new customers can bet just $5. Get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. How? Open the FanDuel app today or visit FanDuel.com/lockedon to get started with FanDuel on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. All right, Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. Big win for the Padres today, 3-2 in the bottom of the 9th. They walk it off. Westside walk it off. Now Westside walk it off. Jose Iglesias with the infield single. Luis Arraez running on contact. A beautiful head first slide. He gets in under the tag. Well, how did this become possible? Well, a bunch of things had to happen in this game. First of all, the Padres, they scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th and 1 in the bottom of the 9th to win it. The Royals, 2 in the 6th. And none after that, obviously. 3-2 the final. So 3-5 and none for the Padres, 2-7 and none for the Royals. And just tell you real quick how the scoring occurred in this game. And it was in the top of the 6th inning. Could have gotten a lot. By the way, the bases loaded strikeout for Vasquez in the 2nd was huge for the Padres. 7 innings for Randy Vasquez. 7 innings, only a couple of runs, 5 hits, couple of walks. Did a great job today. In the 6th inning, it was Pasquantino singling into right, and then Perez with the homer right after made it 2-0 Royals. And the way the Padres have been hitting, you never know at that. But bottom of the 7th for the Pods, Merrill doubles to right, rips one down the line, and Lugo had retired, I think, 13 in a row, maybe 12 at that point. Machado flies out to center, and he didn't miss it by much. So Merrill on second, and Arraez is up with 1 out. Zerpa comes in to pitch for Kansas City. Arraez grounds out to short. Merrill goes to third. Sheets walks. Did not extend his hitting streak. Then Boagaerts walks. Sheets goes to second. Bogart's been red hot lately. And then Iglesias singles to right. Little blooper out there. Scores Merrill and Sheets. Makes it 2-2. And then, you know, you're looking at the top of the 9th. Fermin doubles to center Waters gets thrown out at home on the beautiful relay from Merrill to Iglesias to Elias Diaz, by the way, who Maldonado. Diaz hadn't hit for Maldonado yet. It was Diaz at the behind the plate in the 9th inning. So that was Maldonado who made the tag in the 8th. But the bottom of the 9th, hey, Arraez singles to left, Sheets flies out to center, Boagaerts doubles to center, Arraez goes to third, and then bang, Iglesias, fielder's choice to shortstop. Arraez scores. So they're calling that a fielder's choice to shortstop, and Arraez scores, but he beats it out, which should have made it, to me, an infield hit. I would just call that an infield hit. They're going to call it a fielder's choice. So a great job by Iglesias with the bat, with the glove and the arm really on the relay. So enters the game in the bottom of the 7th inning, literally is your 1, 2, and 3 star of this contest. All right, couple of things to do and a very short time to do them in. It is time for the benchmarks right here, Padres Postcast, your team every day. Myself and Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease, and Javier Reyes. Don't forget Javi with your Locked On Padres podcast day in and day out. Me after the games. What a combo on YouTube, on Roku, and wherever you listen to or download your podcast from. But right now, it's time to tell you when and at which point this game was won.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
So many things happened in this game. How about Vasquez in the 2nd inning with the big strikeout? Because we never would have gotten to the point in the game where we got later without the strikeout. In the 2nd inning, he gets India striking out, swinging after he got Isbell to pop out to first. And you're talking about a walk, a single, and another single. You got the bases loaded and you get a pop out and a strikeout back-to-back. Big job by Vasquez there. So shout out to Randy. We can give him a little love right here. Why not give Randy Vasquez a little love for what he did earlier in the game to pitch out of that jam in the 2nd inning. And by the way, in the 6th inning as well, when they did score, he did a good job of getting out of that one as well, because you know what happens, right? There's only one out. You give up the 2 runs and you might get a little shook. You're later in the game than you normally are. No, Vasquez right there gets a pop out and a ground out to end that threat. How about in the bottom of the 7th inning? Could that have been when the game turned? How about Jose Iglesias right then and there? In the bottom of the 7th, you see him getting doused here because our media partner, StreamYard, took forever. Not StreamYard, rather. Imagine took forever to get those photos up that we needed after the game. So there he is, Jose Iglesias, with the big hit, 2-run single with the bases loaded in the 7th, driving in 2, and then the RBI fielder's choice in the 9th to win it. And then the big play in the field. There it is, bang, to nail him at the plate. So all those things were huge in this game today. But really, I mean, you have to just go with the play that won the game, the fielder's choice to short. There should have been an infield hit. Jose Iglesias there getting the job done. And that leads us to...
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
I wonder, thank you, StreamYard, I wonder if you know what it means to find your dreams. There's Jose Iglesias right there getting doused with the water bucket. Yeah, I mean, he comes in the game in the bottom of the 7th inning, and all my dude does, look at this guy right here. Look at this guy, Jose Iglesias, comes in the 7th inning, goes 1 for 2, should have been 2 for 2, with 3 RBIs, makes the play in the field on the relay throw to cut down what would have been the go-ahead run. So he ties the game, cuts down the go-ahead run, then wins it. I mean, he's definitely your player of the game. Honorable mention again to our guy, Randy Vasquez. And it's great to see Jackson Merrill back out there too, making plays, getting big hits for the Padres. And he was really big time involved in this game as well. So there you have it. You open up the series against the Nats tomorrow. I love you. Tomorrow. You're only a day away. And by the way, it's Mitchell Parker, 4-8 with a 4.59 ERA for the Nats, and Stephen Kolek, 3-2, 3.59 for the Padres. Going to run it back now. I've read reports that the Padres haven't named a starter yet. I've read that it's Kolek. So take that for what it's worth, but just know we'll be here about 9 o'clock tomorrow night, your Monday night, with your Padres postcast. I'm sure Javi will drop a show tomorrow as well, State of the Union, as it were. But man, oh man, big win for the Padres today. Down 2-0 in the bottom of the 7th. Jose Iglesias with a 2-run single. In the 9th, he throws out the potential go-ahead run on a relay from Jackson Merrill at the plate, and then he wins it with the fielder's choice RBI ground ball in the bottom of the 9th inning. They walk it off at Petco. The Padres take 2 out of 3 from the Royals. They go to 42-35 on the season. Now, of course, you don't have everybody having played yet. It is a Sunday, and it's Game 7 of the NBA Finals, by the way. You have the Dodgers have already beaten the Nationals 13-7 today. They've been beating up on them. So you'd think like maybe status quo for the Padres. Good chance for a sweep here, by the way, from them. And then the Giants beat the Red Sox 9-5 today. In fact, they took 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox over the weekend. So in the standings right now, the Padres are 5 games behind the Dodgers, a game and a half behind the Giants, and 3 games ahead of the Diamondbacks in the NL West. That's all there is with your postcast. There is no more. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Our show and the podcast. Make sure that you're here day in and day out for the podcast, for the postcasts, and we'll be here tomorrow night after that Nationals game. Don't forget, for your second or third watch or listen of the day, after you watch the podcast with Javi, after you watch the postcast with me, it's Locked On MLB Game Night on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast. Every game, every night, all season long. Local analysis on a national